Right, so we're going to do the CRT2000. What you haven't seen is the box I was doing one of my own sets, which is no, it's not. It's a Fidelity 2001, and it's a set I bought off eBay some 6 months ago. And when I've opened it up, it's clearly had mains applied to it. And believe it or not, I have started work on trying to get that to work. And we've now got as far as changing enough parts for the PA function to work. But we're doing the my sets between customer sets, but what I'm not doing is if my sets take a dozen sessions, we're not stopping customer sets being done. So if it takes more than a couple of 40-minute sessions, then we move on back onto a customer set. And that's what's happened here. So this is box 44, set 5 out of 6. New set again for optimisation from the same customer at Sheffield. There was some reason I wasn't impressed with these when I reviewed them, but I don't know. Having done these 2 Thunderpole sets which work great. One of the things which I really detested about this was, what on earth do you need to program it for? The fact it doesn't have a squelch knob. So I'm really going to find a software operated key while in the middle of driving and it's making squelch noise. Perhaps that was what it was. I don't know if there's a different version to what we've had. We've seen the H version, and this is the non-H version. It reckons that the transmit to receive cycle is 10 to 90%. Normally across the two-way radio market, and that includes business radio as well, it's 5% transmit, 15% receive and 80% standby. So that seems a bit exceptional. Anyway, I'm not going to test it to destruction with it being a customer set. So what's this program thing all about? Or is it just part of... Is it just such a faff to set memories and things? Hey, we've got some CB codes. Midnight Shopper is a thief. A rubber bander is a new CB. What's this one? I'm sure there's more in this than there is in the English language one. So submitted in 2021, was it, for approval? I just cannot remember what we do to these. I'm just going to switch on the piece of test equipment behind me, because we know we're going to have to use a secondary deviation meter, with my main one playing silly whatsits at the moment. I might need that, depends. He wants it optimising across the 80 channels, so we've got that connected. We've got, so it reckons to have public address. How does that work then? Public date, what's that? Oh, right. The public, not public address, it's things that you can adjust. Right. I'm with it now. 13.8 volts, we're on. All we need to do is connect the crocodile clips. So then we have one more set after this. It is the coronation day tomorrow here in England, when King Charles III will be crowned. And in this television-free house we will be doing a Comtron CB40F instead. Right, so channel 20. We also had one of these in the early days, but it had been messed with and it got a blown regulator IC, which we had to import from Taiwan. So that wasn't, it wasn't easy to do because the whole board's got to come out. So I think there's a surface mount regulator IC. Right, I better print myself off a tick-off sheet. Okay, so we've got a sheet. We've got it on channel 20 UK. We'll have that as channel 1 CEPT, channel 22 UK and UK. And let's see what it's doing on the power meter. Doing more than 3 watts. Are we putting the power meter on? We are putting the power meter on. Is it in the right position? No, it's not in the right position. 3.4 watts. Right, let's pop it onto channel 40. Is 3.4 watts. Let's pop it onto CPT channel 1. How do we do that? Is it mode? It is. Oh, and it goes straight through to AM. That's good. Right. Channel 1. The channel's in tiny letters. I don't know whether it's supposed to be. Why do you need to know the frequency? .2 watts. And then we'll go to AM. That is the same, so I don't need to write that down separately. So, if we go to channel 20 of CPT, we'll do the deviation and everything. Wallow, 1, 2. Wallow, wallow. It says it's 3.2. Which is too much, I'm afraid. And AM is what? Wallow. Oh, it helps if I go into AM, doesn't it? Wallow. Wallow. 94%. Transmit current. Oh, wrong button. .7 amps. What have I put it there for? It's not got low power. Let's look at frequency. Don't think it's adjustable. We'll go back to UK for that. Why is it on channel 9? Right, let's look at receive. It's one of those connectors where it's gonna stay behind. Right, I'm going to have to look at our service notes. We've got some presets along there, and that'll be whatever we can adjust. Okay, so we had fish and chips, and what do we want to do? Yeah, got some notes. So no receive adjustments whatsoever on these. W2. Should be power. Helps if we switch the radio back on. I don't remember turning it off. So we'll do this on channel 1 UK, so we're in the centre of the band, the centre of the two 40 channel bands, of course. So for 3.4 watts, W2, and there we have 4 watts exactly. That's a flawed thing. That's just that's not what I'd originally set up, is it? So we'll look at channel 40 UK. It's exactly 4 watts. We'll look at channel 20 UK. And now we'll look at CPT. Channel 1. For some reason I'm twiddling between bands. Do I have to wait so many seconds? I've got absolutely no idea. I just don't know why you have to press so many buttons. 3.9. So we'll look at deviation again. So I'll go to channel 40 CPT. Wallow. Helps if I'm in FM. Wallow. Wallow. Actually says 2.2. Now this is where we're just going to have some second and third opinions off of the test sets, because I can't trust the deviation meter on this at present. So just we'll just plug into the bench behind. Wallow. Actually, that's about right. So that says it's about right. So we'll have a third opinion from the Ray Cordana one. So it looks like my test set's behaving today. I'll be doing a CB repair in the middle of the coronation tomorrow. I don't have a telly, so I won't be watching that. No doubt I'll be listening to some of the Abbey choral music later, but not. And I'll do this customer's final set, which is a Comtron 40. So I've plugged that into there. We'll now plug this into that. And we'll see what this meter says. Voila. Yeah, everything agrees. So the supplier who supplied this has adjusted it for the customer, and it's exactly as it should be. Voila. Could say it's a minute bit too high. Where I've said it was 3.2, well, this test set say we can't take it for gospel, but I've verified it, and we'll just turn it down an absolute fraction, and I'm looking to adjust W5, which is the one to the left down here. The one to the right is for your CTCSS. We're not going to touch that. I just want the little oscillator. Voila. There we go. Excellent. So 2.2 average to 2.5 kilohertz, and as it was actually 2.7, so that was erroneous first time round. The frequency will have warmed up, everything will have warmed up. Before I do that, because I'm on CPT, I may as well do the AM. So we'll just switch to AM. Sure, the early version of this you had to faff around and switch it back on again under a different country, but this is the current model, I think, and it's working fine. Right, AM, and this is totally accurate on AM. It's not playing up on that. Wallow, wallow, and it did need to come up. So look at my notes, and W, I think it's W6. No, W6 isn't having an effect. Now you've got high and low power, which aren't relevant, but it's totally haphazard, it seems. If it's not W6, it's W4. Back to W6. Wallow. Wallow. Well, I can't say that's being a positive setup on AM. Wallow. It's now, I would say, 88%. Good. Well, I think that's it. We're done. So there's no adjustments to receive. I've covered these sets in depth before, more than once. So plastic lid. It's a metal, die-cast metal bottom with a plastic lid. So non-adjustable. Good. Right, we'll get it back onto UK channels. Channel 20. So once again, it's going between the bands. So it looks like you have to press, once you've made it do something, it looks like you've got to press this button to make it go back. You know what, I just haven't got time to read the instruction book in depth, but it's not intuitive to me. And we're now in the wrong mode. Press that. Yeah, there, we've gone back. Right. £4. Current consumption is now 1.822. Which isn't as bad as some of the newer sets. And frequency is now, look at that, that's nearly spot on, isn't it? So between the test set having only been on 15 minutes and 2 hours later, the set's warmed up, the test set's warmed up, everything's hunky-dory. So we can't adjust anything else, it's what you get. But it's now been set across the 80 channels available in the UK, AM as well as FM. Right, we'll take that off and we'll turn the test set off and we will swap to the aerial, which people continue to carry on asking. and is an Antron 99 type. It may be a Solarcon 99, but it's that kind of fiberglass 18-foot mounted just above gutter level of a single story building. It's a good greeting, isn't it? Oh, we need to do the squelch now, don't we? I press squelch and it's not doing it. So it looks like 7 is about where we are. Let's try scan again. Oh, that's slow. A Roger. Wallow. Oh, it's got built-in. I don't know. I don't know what it's got. I know it's sat there hissing though. I don't know if there's a button you can press to lose a frequency display and put a bigger channel number in, like the CRT2000. You can actually see the channel number. You can hardly see that. And who wants to know the frequency anyway? We're on Citizens Band, not on ham radio. Mind you, my idea of ham radio is to have about 3 channels. Calling channel and 2 others. The picture on the front does show a giant frequency display like this is. As I say, we've covered this in much greater detail. Yes, you can get rid of the beep. Or you can have a pud menu. What's that, rice pudding or spotted dick? Oh, I better say that's a people outside of the UK might not know that spotted dick's a pudding, which is a sponge with currants in it. Right, there we go. We've done the air. We're going to do an on-the-air test with Mr. Chippy pretty shortly, and that is another one done. I'm sure it's going to work fine. We'll test it on AM as well. And then tomorrow, which is the King's coronation, I'll be doing a Comtron CB40F for the same customer whilst the King has that metal hat put on his head. Thanks for watching.